Hello, how cause of supply and demand and Quasimodo and some few basics. I've noticed that a lot of people struggle with those kind of stuff. Um, Even though some have like an understanding of it, but I don't think they have like a full understanding regarding supply and demand and everything, man. So yeah, man. If you're still new to the channel, just make sure you hit the subscribe button and you hit the like button so I can bring you guys more content. And yeah, man. So let's just get down to it and try to explain the whole entire thing. So this is gonna be one of the longest video I've ever dropped. So make sure you hold yourself tight, put some head on if you have a problem with the sound and everything. Yeah, man. So let's just start. So I'm just gonna try and explain it as simple as possible for everybody to understand. So the price, the first market is moved by two things: it's moved by supply and demand. The buyers and the sellers. Supply and demand. That's what moves the first market. That's the whole entire price action just go between supply and demand. Supply and demand moves the market. So there are always buyers and sellers, and there's always buyers against the sellers. So you can see that their candlesticks here, they always have like different shape and stuff, because there's always a battle between the buyers and the sellers. So they are the one that determine the shape of the candlesticks, depending on that certain time frame, which opponent is gonna have more power. It's either the buyers or the sellers. So if you see a huge sell candle, that means there was a strong sellers. If you see a huge buy candle like this one, that means there was a huge buyers at that time. So if you see a candle that is in between, that means this was a very hard battle. But some decided to win, but they didn't win very well. So it's always something like that. So the price moved in two key levels. There are two important two key levels where the price moved. The price moved from resistance to support. From support to resistance. That's where the price moved. That are the most important level for retail traders. Those are the most recognized level for retail traders. A lot of retail traders are always looking at those level, uh, resistance and support. So what is support? What is resistance? So it's just a simple concept. Resistance is just a place where the price has hit a point like two times. So the resistance is like this. Resistance, you have your resistance at the top, you have your support at the bottom. It's just a simple horizontal line. So a resistance is where the price hits two times. One, then it goes down again, then it hits again. Two. So that's what you call a resistance level. You see this point has been touched by like two times. So that's what you call a resistance level. So one, two. So you already have a resistance level. So please note, whenever you are plotting a resistance level, it always have to be a horizontal line, and they always have to be significant. So when I'm saying significant, what basically I'm saying to you is that they always have to be a straight line. It always have to be straight. So I'm gonna try to put this in real time frame of the market, so we can see that what am I talking about. So what exactly am I talking about when I'm talking about it has to be horizontal, a significant level. So you can see here at this point, let's take this point. You see this point. Okay, let me just put it up a bit. So you see this point, these spikes of this candle. If you see the spikes are always telling you a reaction of the price. So they are always a very nice clue if you ever want to plot a certain level. So you can see this spike here. I'm just going to highlight it here at this point and at this point. So this is a very significant rejection. So if I could just draw a nice horizontal line here, we have a nice support here. You see, a nice support. It's a nice, a nice resistance because it's at the top. Nah? It's a nice resistance. Nah? So if you can go above here at this point, above this point, you have another level of resistance. Nah? This is a resistance, but this is a resistance and this is a resistance. It's a different story when it's all put in together. So what I'm trying to say is that you see at this point this price was going in this channel up, down, and then it broke this level, and then it went and retested this level. So whenever a price break a certain level of support, the support becomes resistance. So that point is very important. So you see here it's moving on another level. So here you have support, resistance, and then it broke this level of support, and then it retested. Now it is not support anymore, it's resistance, and then it bounced again, bounce. So it's bouncing between support and resistance, and then it decided to break again, and then retest. You see the support now is no longer support because it's above the price. So this here, if we could just highlight this point so you can see what I'm talking about. So if you could just highlight this point, this zone, you see here it was a support when it was going underneath. It was a resistance when the price was going underneath. It's just support, resistance, support. As soon as it break, please notice whenever the price break a certain level of support or resistance, there's always going to be a huge bearish candle or a bullish candle showing that they are breaking a certain level. So if you can see here at this point, this price broke the level. You see, it's broken the level of support. It broken the level of support, and then it retested. You see, it retested, bounce, then it broke again. There's another huge candle. You see, this is a very huge candle at this point. A huge candle. These candles are engulfing candles. They always break a certain level of support or resistance. Now, so whenever you're gonna break something, obviously you're always gonna put power on a certain point. So let me just put it here. You see, these are nice. This is a very good example of support and resistance. So the price was just going up, down, and then it broke again. And then if you could just go here, you see here there's another level here. You see, and then it broke again. So you see it broke again, and then it decided to retest. Now the support at this point has became a resistance. So it goes again and it retested again, and then it broke. You see, there's another candle of broken. So I hope that you can see, you can actually understand how do you actually plot how do you actually plot support and resistance. So I hope that it's clear for everybody. So the most important thing, if you're just gonna highlight this certain point, the most important things that you need to put in whenever you're gonna be putting support and resistance, you always have to look at the spikes of the candle. The spike of the candle actually tell the whole information of the price. So these are the spikes, these are the spikes, these are the spikes. You see, these are the spikes. You see, these spikes actually tell you that this point the price of rejection. So this level is a certain level of something. So this level is a certain level of something. So you can see there's a rejection here. If you can go at this point, there's another rejection here. There's another rejection here. There's another rejection. You see the rejection at this point, and there's another rejection. So rejection are just a clue of actually showing you that at this point, this is the price where it was very important at this point. So at this point, this is where the price might actually reverse. So I hope that is clear. So whenever a price break a certain level, and then it change again. So those, we call those certain level a swap zone. So what I'm trying to say is to actually simplify it for someone. You see this level, this is a support. This is a support. This is a support. The support always has to be low. it always has to be below. So this is a support level, and then this is a resistance level. Nah? So the price is just gonna bounce between support and resistance, support and resistance. But as soon as it breaks that level, it's not gonna be a support anymore, because now the price is gonna be coming above the price. So now the price is changing from being a support to become a resistance. This is changing for support to become a resistance. So you can see here now the price is gonna test the support. It's not the support anymore, it's the resistance. So this is what you call a flip zone. So the price, the zone is flipping to from support to resistance. So the same thing applied at this point. The same thing applied as soon as it's broken this point, it retested again. It's a flip zone. It was a support, now it's a resistance. It was a support, now it's a resistance. So I hope those points are very clear to everybody. So let me just grab some water, especially get some energy. So please just subscribe while you're still at it. Yeah. So I'm gonna try and simplify everything for everybody who's still new, because I don't want people to actually take advantage of people who are still new at the group, at our FX World Changers group, where we actually provide signals and setup and all those stuff. So I don't want people to take advantage. No, I want us all to be at the same page, because I've noticed there's some people who actually lack when it comes to basic there. So it's very important for everybody to actually have a clear understanding. What are we actually doing? What are we actually trying to implement? Nah? So yeah, man. So let me just drink some water. Please just hit the subscribe button and the like button while we still at it. Okay, let us continue. So I hope everybody is clear when we're talking about support and resistance. Yeah? So you understand that the price go between support and resistance, and it's always at some point it's gonna break a level of support and resistance. Yeah? So yeah, so this what happens now. Since you know that the price go, since retail traders know that the price go between a support and a resistance level, so what are they gonna do is that how do actually retail traders actually look at the markets? Like, what are the things that I look for actually support and resistance? How do they actually trade? How do you actually trade support and resistance? Please note, I don't trade support and resistance, but this is what I'm going to show you what really happens when people who actually trade support and resistance. Eh? So the price just go between, so we know that the price go between support and resistance, right? So whenever a price hits a resistance, that is where you actually sell. Eh? So as soon as you know that this is a resistance, this is where you're going to sell. You're going to sell because you know that the price is going to go below. So you put your stop loss just above the resistance level. Eh? That's where you actually sell. So you sell, and then for people who actually trade candlestick pattern, they're gonna be looking for some pin bars. They're gonna be looking for some reversal candles to actually have a confirmation that this is a sell. Eh? So when you're gonna be looking for a certain level of support, so you know that this price is going up down, so you know when it hit here, this is a significant level of support, because you see it as if it touches this point and it's touching this point. So obviously once it touches this point, it's gonna go up again. So you're gonna be looking for buy, and then you put your stop loss just above this zone. Just above this zone. So if you went for a buy here, and then you have your pin bar, and then you put whatever you take profit regarding depending on your risk reward ratio. So depending on your risk reward ratio, you're gonna have like take your profits, and then the price decided to break again, and then you see this is a significant level of support. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna go for a buy. The same story applies. You're gonna go for a buy, and you put your stop loss just below the support zone, and then the price gonna goes up again, and then you hit your take profit. So that is the simple concept of trading support and resistance. There's nothing really like fancy about it. Like, unless you add up some few candlestick pattern for people who actually trade candlestick pattern. Uh, Candlestick pattern are actually confirmation of telling you that this price is gonna reverse, or it's gonna break. So there's a lot of candlestick patterns. There are engulfing, bullish engulfing, there are Georgia candle, there are pin bar, there are star, there are a lot of things. So those are the things that people actually look for them to actually decide, no, this candle, this point, it's gonna go up. So then make a decision. So that's what reversal traders do, né? Reversal traders, that's what reversal traders do. So there are two type of traders. There are reversal traders and there are breakout traders. So breakout traders are traders who actually wait for breakout traders are traders who actually wait for the market to break a certain structure, or to break a support or a resistance, and then they go with the market. So they're actually trend followers traders, right? They are actually trend followers traders. So if you can see here at this zone, you see that the price was going up, down, up, down, up, down. So it was going between these two lines, between the resistance and the support. But as soon as the price breaks the support, it breaks the support, and when it decided to close, you see here the closing price of the support was just here. You see, as soon as it's closed below the support zone, so it actually tells you that no, it's no longer gonna go to this channel, So it has broken the support. So for people who actually trade, for breakout traders who actually look at the markets, they know at this point it's already broken, so it's a nice place to actually sell. So depending on their risk reward, they would have gotten these three candles for a sell. It's a nice sell. So the same thing applied at this zone. You see, it broken this level of support, and then it's closed below it. So it's a nice sell as well. You see, the same thing applied here. It broken this level and it's closed below the support zone, and then you went for a nice sell, so you would have made money at this point. So those are just basic stuff, guys, that I was trying to actually explain for people who actually don't know support and resistance. This is how you actually trade support and resistance. This is just pure basic. So we're gonna get into the advanced stuff now and actually understand, because I hope everybody just understand now. We're gonna get into the advanced stuff, and if you had a problem, just press rewind, man. Just keep watching the video until it's clear to you, because this is just basic information, basic information. So I'm gonna explain to you the whole theory of Quasimodo. So since you know how support and resistance go about, so I'm gonna explain to you. Sorry about that. I'm just drinking water to get some energy. So I'm gonna explain to you how this Quasimodo came about, because a lot of people can see the structure, but they don't understand what the concept behind Quasimodo, what the concept behind liquidity provider, what the concept behind market grabber, trapping the buyers and the sellers. So since I've explained the theory, like the basic theory, I think people have more understanding when I'm going to talk about Quasimodo now. So we've spoken about support and resistance. Now I'm just going to write it down. I think it's more nicer when we write it down. So now you have a nice level of resistance, you have a nice level of support. So we've explained where the price goes. The price goes below from support to resistance, support to resistance, support to resistance. You see, so for a retail trader who's actually seeing, okay, the market is moving between two levels. The market is moving between a support and a resistance level, man. So at this point, I know, okay, this is my level of support. So at this point, this is where I could be actually looking for a buy zone. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna buy at this point and just put my stop loss below here. So what the market does, it goes up again. It goes up. So for people who went for a buy, I excited. So I excited. So what the price does, as soon as you see this is a nice level of what? This is a nice level of what? Of resistance. So as soon as people see, as soon as the market see, okay, the buyers are excited, and then what it does, it goes above. So at this point, what are we looking for? So it's at the resistance, right? Now it's at the resistance. There's a point here, there's a point here. So this is a nice significant level of resistance. Are we still together, right? So I'm gonna put my stop loss here, and go for a sell, hoping the price is gonna go down, hoping the price is gonna go down. And then what the price does, it doesn't go down, it goes up, taking everybody who went for a sell. The market, guys, just know that the market makers, the banks, the brokers, the institute, they know where your stop loss is, guys. It's very important for actually to be honest about everything. The market makers, the brokers, and everybody know where your stop loss is. They know where your stop loss is, so they've taken the stop loss at this point. All the stop loss are out here. Remember, we explained previously regarding breakout traders. We've explained regarding breakout traders. So as soon as the price closed above the resistance, so there's a lot of people going for what? For buy, because it's breaking the level of resistance. So it's just closed above. So there's a lot of people going for a buy. We've already taken out the stop loss of the seller, so we already have a lot of orders being fulfilled. Do you get me? Are you still with me? I hope you're with me. So there's a lot of orders we have taken out at this point. There's a lot of orders of sell we have taken out at this point. We have a lot of breakout traders who have answered this point. So what we're going to decide to do as market makers, we want to have a lot of orders being fulfilled. What are you going to do? You're going to go down again. Going to go down. As soon as we go down, now we've taken two players in the game. We've taken out the sellers who went for a sell at this zone, and then we've taken out the breakout traders. So we are going alone at this point. So since we are going alone at this point, what is going to happen is we are going alone at this point. We are going to the level of a significant support, right? There's a significant support at this point. So for people who actually trade what we've just explained previously, there's a significant support. So there are a lot of people gonna go for a sell at this zone. Then we go for a sell and we put our stop loss. We go for a buy at this point because it's gonna go up. So we put a buy since it's gonna go up, since it's hitting the support zone. So what is gonna happen is, if you just put it here, the market knows where your stop loss is. They've taken the stop loss. Now we've got the sellers, we've got the breakout traders. Now we've taken the buyers as well. The buyers are already trapped. So what we have another breakout traders hoping the price, since it has broken this level of support. What it's gonna do is gonna go below. It's gonna just keep going for a sell. So there are a lot of people selling since the price has been broken this level. It's just broken this structure. What did the price decided to do again? The price decided to take the breakout traders, then decide to go to the equilibrium again, to the channel again. Is it clear? So now we have a nice structure. So if I could just delete here, let me just delete here, okay, delete here. So this structure what we have, you see, it's a nice structure. It's almost similar to a head and shoulder, but it's not a head and shoulder. You see the whole price action regarding the Quasimodo, it's a whole different story. Just have it how I've explained it to everybody that Quasimodo, there's a lot of story behind Quasimodo. So this, as you can see, this level you have this low not equal to this low, né? And then we have a nice, you see, it have a shoulder and a head, né? And then another shoulder. So that's how this whole structure. So if I could just write the structure, if I could just write a structure alone, it's something that looks like this. You see how I've explained the whole price action for everybody. It's too nice, né? It's like telling a story. I'll tell you those stuff. See, it's something like this. You see, you understand now how Quasimodo came about, né? I hope it's clear for everybody. I hope you understand how Quasimodo came about. So this how it is. We've trapped the buyers, we trapped the sellers, we trapped the breakout traders, we trapped the buyers, we trapped the breakout traders again. So this is your structure. This is how Quasimodo came about. This is the pattern, a very powerful pattern. It's 90% accurate if you're gonna be trading according to top down analysis. So if you're gonna be looking at the higher time frame and then what the higher time frame is actually telling you, and now going down to the lower time frame, this strategy is very powerful, guys. That's how Quasimodo actually came about. So Quasimodo came about by actually how the manipulation of the markets works, né? How the manipulation of the market works. So Quasimodo is a very powerful strategy, and I'm just gonna explain it to the real time frame, and actually for people to actually be able to actually see the Quasimodo, to actually be able to see and define it by themselves, and actually be able to spot it in a minute, né? So I'm gonna try to explain the simple Quasimodo, the advanced Quasimodo, and everything. So just hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. Let me drink some water again, because this is gonna be a long video. Okay, let's look for a Quasimodo. We're gonna go for a basic Quasimodo. Okay, let me just go for the EURUSD, because the EURUSD is actually my favorite pair. So I'm gonna go for a simple Quasimodo structure, né? Simple Quasimodo, a very simple Quasimodo structure. Okay, let me go for R first. This one is actually long. So we're just back testing and stuff. So this one is a nice Quasimodo, né? You see here, at this point, let me just, okay. So this is what you actually be looking for when you're looking for a Quasimodo. Basically, this is what you have, nah? You're gonna be looking for a left shoulder. You see there is the left shoulder. So if we could just go a bit lower here. So this is what I was explaining. So this was a significant level of resistance, and this head here, this is where they took up all the stop loss, nah? This is where they took up all the stop loss. So you have a shoulder and a head, né? And a head, and then that's what you have a break, né? So this lower is not equal to this low. So at this zone, this is gonna be a nice sell if the price decides to go at this point again, né? If the price decides to go out to this point again, it's gonna be a nice sell. Let me see, did the price decide to come? I don't know if the price decides to come at this point again. Okay, let me just focus on the red. Oh, see the price decides to come again to this zone. You see, this is the same zone, eh? It decided to come again to the zone. What the price decided to do, it decided to drop. You see how powerful the Quasimodo is, guys. How powerful the Quasimodo is. Oh, always have a problem with actually trying to like go for the previous. People start complaining and stuff, like saying, hey, just press this button, you see? Exactly, guys, just what I've explained with the Quasimodo. You see, it's a nice Quasimodo. Okay, let me just try and explain the characteristics of the Quasimodo. Where do you sell, where do you put your stop loss, and where do you put your take profit, where you put your TP1, your TP2. Because since everybody now is familiar with the whole structure, né? I hope everybody's familiar. I'm not just making it up, né? So we have a shoulder, just like a simple head and shoulder, but it's not the same. At the shoulder, and then we have a head. We have a head here, and then we have a break. So this low should never be equal to this low, né? It's very important. The lows just don't have to match, né? So let me just go here, and it comes here. So it comes here, and then let me just write it at this point. So it's something that looks like this. Basically, it's not something that looks like this. This is actually what it looks like. Let me just try to my laptop. It's charging now. So it's something that looks like this, né? So you have a shoulder, you have a head, and then we have this low doesn't equal to this low. So what are the characteristics? Let me just delete it this point. This is what you actually be looking for. So you are looking for something like this. You're looking for a shoulder and a head. So the price is always gonna go and retest this left hand shoulder, né? Left hand shoulder. So it's always gonna go up and decided to go down again. So this entire zone is your sell zone, né? This is where you put your entry point. So as soon as the price decides to go up again, you are gonna be looking for a sell. As soon as the price become at the same horizontal line as this left hand shoulder, this is where you're gonna be clicking your sell. This is where you're gonna be clicking your sell. So the price is gonna decide to drop again. You see? So at this point, your stop loss just always have to be above your head, né? Above your head. Your face take profits should always be the first low, and the second low is your second TP. It's your second TP. So that's how it goes. And how it goes, man. So your stop loss above the head. So at this point, this is what I was looking for. The price has to go the same level at this left shoulder, né? This entire zone here at the head this entire zone at your head have to be your sell zone. The stop loss have to be here. You take your TP1 here, your TP2 at the lowest low, this low. So the price, what the price decided to do, it hit your, you see, it touched your left shoulder, and then let me see, did it touch your TP2? Let me just take this horizontal line here. Let me just, oh, it didn't touch your TP2, but it went a huge zone. You see here, it dropped, né? This is a huge drop at this point. So if you closed your profit here, you would have made a lot of money, né? So any questions so far? It's not like you're gonna answer me. I'm just playing with y'all. So I hope that is very clear for everybody, né? So let me just drink some water. Hit the subscribe button, like and comment, and think where we should actually, what you want us to talk about at the next video, and all those stuff. Cause if you guys actually like this video, I might do part 2 for fake out and supply and demand and base candles and all those stuff. You're just gonna be hitting it, trying to summarize the whole entire thing. So let's look for some other Quasimotos. Let's look for some Quasimotos at the some other instruments, ne? So this one, this is the USD Japanese yen. So let's look at the Japanese. So guys, a very important thing, ne? You always have to do. You should always look left, ne? Always look left. Always look left when you're analyzing. Look left, because that's where the whole entire information is at, ne? Look at your left hand side, because that's where the information is. That's where the whole thing, that's where the previous data, like they say, what happened in the past just keep on happening again. So look at your left hand side and decide what to do, ne? Look at your left hand side. So there's my left hand side. So you have a nice Quasimoto here, a nice Quasimoto. So what I've explained, you see, you have a nice shoulder. You see, it's a shoulder and it's a head. And where's the break? You see, this low is not the same as this low. So this one has a nice risk reward. So if I could just put this line, this is what you call a Quasimoto level, ne? Quasimoto level. So if I could just put this zone and just highlight it like this, highlight. Remember, this entire zone is a nice sell zone, ne? This is a nice sell zone. So your stop loss always have to be above the head. Above the head, ne? So this one is a nice sell as well. A nice Quasimoto already touching this level. So you are looking for what? For a sell. You are looking for a sell. And your stop loss have to be above here, ne? So your take profits will be at this. So this is a lot of pips, ne? If the price decides to drop, you're gonna make a lot of money, ne? You're gonna make a lot of money. So let me just check how long the video has been going about. So can I just check, because I'm using my phone and stuff. Please, okay, we just had like 40 minutes. So let's just go to work and do some other stuff, ne? So this is a nice sell zone, ne? It's a nice sell. So I hope you guys understand the Quasimoto of sell. Quasimodo cell, you understand the whole theory regarding Quasimodo, because I've explained to you the support and resistance theory, and I explained to you how they actually see your stop loss, and I've explained to you breakout traders. Basically, I've shown you like 4 strategies in just 40 minutes. I've explained strategies of support and resistance, and I explained how actually breakout traders actually trade. Nah? So we guys don't trade breakout traders, and we don't trade support and resistance. Remember, nah? We only trade supply and demand and Quasimodo. Nah? Quasimodo. Are you guys with me? Are you guys still with me? If you're still with me, just hit the like button. And if you're new to the group, just hit the subscribe button so we can continue and doing some dope content, man. Dope content. Dope content. So let's look for Quasimodo. Let's look for a Quasimodo that has a buy. So this one has a sell, né? This one has a sell. This one is for selling. So we're gonna be looking for a Quasimodo that has a buy. So basically, we're gonna be looking for a Quasimodo that is the opposite direction with this one. Yeah? So let's just try to write it down at this point. Yeah? It's just a simple. It's just like it's an invented. It's called inverse head and shoulder, né? It's the same as that one. So this one, it has a shoulder. A lot of people say they struggle to buy Quasimodo. It's because they don't put so much work, né? It's the same thing, guys. So put this one at this point here, 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 here. Yeah, you see, it's the same thing. It's just that it's upside down. So you just have to flip your laptop to actually make it more clear, nah? So it's just upside down, nah? Upside down. So the same theory. Look for the entry at your left hand shoulder. Your stop loss just below your head. So this zone here, this entire zone here, gonna be looking for a buy, since we had a buy Quasimodo. So the price, what it's gonna do is gonna touch this zone, touch and go up. So the same characteristics are the same as the buy. The stop loss just has to be below the head. Your take profits have to be this high. Your TP2 this high. The TP1 at this high. It's the same. So we're gonna try to be looking at it. So let me just highlight here. I just saw it. Yeah? I just saw one. You see here, you have the shoulder here. You see, this is the shoulder, né? You have a head, né? This is the head, né? This is the head. You have a break. You see, this low is not equal to this low. So if you just put it here, this low is not equal to this low. You see, this is the same pattern. You're just looking at it, nah? The same pattern. So the entry, I've explained the entry always has to be at the left shoulder, nah? I put it here, then I take just a nice horizontal line, this point, nah? And draw it here. You see? You see what the price does? It goes and touched and go up. You see how easy it is and how effective it is, man. It's very easy to see it. You see, looking at the part, you see what I've just wrote here is the same thing that happened here. Fortunately enough, now we've just measured it. Now, shoulder here, a shoulder this side, it retested the same level and it decided to go up again. It decided to go up, so we killed it like crazy. If you got it. So let me just put another example. Just gonna make the last one example of the Euro USD of a buy. Nah? So let's just go here. Okay, let me just, because I know there is a bar here. Nah? There's a bar here. Same thing applied. Remember, the structure is the same as the sell one, but the different is, so there it is, nah? Nice, nah? what you have here, you have a nice shoulder. Nice shoulder, né? There's the shoulder and then the head. Remember, the sell always has to be at the shoulder, left hand shoulder, the sell. So this where you put your stop loss just below the head. Just below the head. Your take profits have to be here. This is your high. So this entire zone is a buy, guys. A buy. So highlights, 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 highlights here. So let's see. There it is. You see? Exactly. It touched the left shoulder. So let's see. Did it hit our take profit? Did it hit our take profit? You see, this is our TP2. This is our TP1. So let me just put another horizontal line here. Now, what the price does? What the price does? What the price does? Okay, bait game. TP1 hit. Take profit. You've hit your first take profit. So if you put your TP1 here, you've out. Nah? So this one is a TP2. So this one is a huge risk reward ratio. I think it's 1:10. Nah? 1:10. That's at this point. So let me just go. Let's see if it does hash. Okay, let's go. See, TP2 hits. So you see how powerful this theory of Quasimodo is, man. How powerful the theory of Quasimodo. So this one is the basic Quasimodo for beginners, for people who are still new. I hope everybody likes the video. Please like and subscribe and share and comment and what you've thought. This stuff was for beginners, for people who are still new. I'm gonna make another video of advanced. I hope you guys will check it out. Please hit the the like button, the subscribe button. As you can see, if you're at the channel, just look at the corner of the cover. There's a link of the group where we actually share all of my work, guys. So for those who love to actually to be part of the group, please follow me on Facebook. I've shared my Facebook link. I'm gonna share my WhatsApp number and everything, man. I appreciate you for your time to actually watch the video. So bye for now. Thank you very much.